This is Nina reporting for TWC from Wimbledon, match day 4. Today's guest is retired British tennis pro and former England #1, now TV and radio presenter, Andrew.
How are you?
Hello, well.
How are you?
Yeah, very. How are you?
Nice, isn't it? Up here on the broadcast centre. This is one of the best places of all time in Wimbledon. Although there's more people than there used to be. It used to be a well-kept secret. Now it's not quite the same.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. So describe Wimbledon in 3 words.
Well, English, country, Melbourne.
Very good. And there's been lots of shocks this year. What's the biggest shock for you so far?
I think the biggest disappointment was Tsitsipas going out. I would have liked him to have been around a little bit longer. But I don't really see the world in, I don't really see this tournament as, am I upset or am I pleased about things? I like watching the whole thing develop, and it's developing really nicely. And in fact, it's got off to a good start with the surprises that we saw. So Vera going out. So I don't really see it like that. I like seeing new people coming through. I know everyone wants to see the big names, but I actually love watching the guys that beat them. Who'd ever heard of Thomas Fabiano? And suddenly he wins a big match. So I'm kind of interested in new stories the whole time. Maybe that's a bit newsy, but I quite like it. And Tsitsipas and Zverev are both going to be back here in years to come anyway, and others besides.
No, that's true. And what's your most memorable moment on tour when you played?
Oh my God. Well, listen. Well, we know each other, right? I was out there for 8 years as a pro, and I reckon I played in maybe 40 or 50 countries, and I lost in every single one of them. So anytime I won a match, it was good news. But if I had one most memorable moment, it was probably stepping out at Wimbledon on court 6, 1986, the very first time I ever played on the grass at Wimbledon in the first round, and that moment, because Mum was there and the family, and I won the match, but the actual moment was stepping out.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It's a lovely moment of arrival, and it's not just you that does the work, it's everybody else as well. And they kindly gave me a wild card that year. I hope I wrote a nice thank you letter.
And as a presenter, what's your most memorable moment?
Oh my God, you've got them all, Nina. These questions are outrageous. We could be here until we get the most beautiful suntan. As a broadcaster, Brookline Sports, Brookline 1999, the Ryder Cup, and I came back from the 18th fairway. Actually, I've been interviewing Harrington and O'Meara. It was the day of the Great American Fight Back. Harrington and O'Meara had finished. I'd come back down the 18th, cut through from the 18th tee to the 17th, and I was on the through line of Justin Leonard's putt. Now, you might remember he fought back against Jose Maria Lozabal. He holed a putt, and suddenly America was going to win the Ryder Cup. It was a huge deficit that they brought back, but he went dancing across the line, and the American team did as well. And Sam Torrance, who was the vice captain for Europe at the time, looked across at me, and I'd been on a golf tour for 3 or 4 years with Sky Sports, and he looked over, and he was livid that they'd been, because Olazabal still had to putt. So I held the mic up, and because I was like the roving reporter, I held the mic up and I went like that, and he went like that, and I got it, and he gave a very memorable quote, and I was quite pleased because it takes years to get that. So I was quite pleased, and he gave me the quote, which is, Tom Lehman calls himself a man of God. It's disgusting. And then I got a response from Tom Lehman and everything else, but I was quite proud of that moment because it takes a while to develop those. Anyway, there we are. So that's that one. And in terms of non-sport, I think interviewing Vera Lynn at the Cabinet War Rooms, and at the end of half an hour with Vera Lynn, the actual map room, I said to her, would you mind saying the words to "We'll Meet Again"? And she started by saying the words, and then she sang "We'll Meet Again" to me in the Cabinet War Rooms, and I got a bit, and at the end of it all, which is what singers do, at the end of it all, she just held me, she said, "Is that all right, Andrew?" And I was like, I mean, the Force is sweetheart, such an important character, so that was a privilege.
Oh, that was amazing. And then in 1987, you reached the 3rd round of the US Open.
Oh, that was good.
Against
For me?
Becker. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Describe your experience. You won a set.
Saturday night in New York City, when they're supporting you, is awesome. And I had the most wonderful time. I qualified and beaten two good players, and so I'd earned my way there, and I was playing well. And at 2-1 to Boris, I had a set point, and he hit a kick serve to me, and I missed the return. I wasn't ready for the kick. But I earned myself another set point, and I knew he was going to do the same thing again, and he threw this kick serve in, and I got right on top of it, and I whacked it cross court, and he dived on concrete and hit a clean winner on my set point. It would have been 2 sets all. And Boris was having one of those, you know, he went through a phase of being very upset about everything. So, and he was pretty upset that year, very upset, almost losing 2 sets to me. Anyway, he got up and he did the old Becker jig and went ahead and held serve, broke me, and then held again in double quick time. And that's when I knew that I was playing a great player.
He was incredible. And then what do you think about the new tennis sensation, Coco Gauff?
I think she's unbelievable. I think her family deserve an enormous amount of credit as well, because I think she's handling it so brilliantly. It's not all about the tennis out here, as you know. Anybody that comes down to Wimbledon or any big sporting event, you know, it's a big show. And to have the confidence to go ahead and do your thing in the big show it takes something. And so she's got that. The interesting years are ahead now, because she's good enough not only to be out here but to win a lot of matches. How will she handle the most destructive force known to mankind, which is called fame, just closely followed by money? It can be very disruptive. So I hope she handles herself great. I hope she is comfortable in her. I think she is very comfortable in her own skin, and she's going to need everything that she's got for her journey, which is an exciting one. I mean, you don't want to tempt any kind of fate, but you know, she seems very well placed and with a great family, and anybody who's got that is lucky.
You're very lucky. And then finally, who do you think will get to the men's and ladies final?
Finally, I'm just beginning to warm up. The final of the men's and the ladies?
Yeah.
Well, I might be in the wrong part. I might get names in the wrong part of the draw, but I can't see Novak Djokovic and you know, I can't see Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer losing early, or Rafa. So I just don't, you know. So I don't know. Is the answer. I think Sloane Stephens is playing very well in the women. Karolina Pliskova is playing great. I mean, she's changed her game. Conchita Martinez is working with her, and I think she looks fantastic. I've watched Ash Barty play. I'm not answering your question. I'm so sorry, Nina. But I think Ash Barty is wonderful to watch. These volleys and the way she moves the ball around, I think is great. So I'm going to pick Ash Barty to win. Are you an Ash Barty fan? That's a big war. Who's playing over there? This is what happens in the first week of Wimbledon. You end up going like that. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you. Lovely to see you, and thank you ever so much. And this is Nina reporting from the All England Match Day 4. Thank you.
Nice.